Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show how to make this Apple iMac web design using HTML and CSS. So what are we waiting for? Let's get started with it. So first thing first, let's make a new folder on our desktop that is iMac. Let's keep our A and C small. So I downloaded all these images from the internet. This is the iMac here, which is transparent background here. And I downloaded some dashboards of some web designs. So we will just insert this photos into our iMac screen using Photoshop. I will insert this UI1 into the screen of this iMac screen, so the blue screen that disappears and we have this red UI in our iMac. So let me show my Photoshop project here. Also, if you want to know how to edit those photos, you can comment down in the comment section below. So I can help you make this kind of UIs easily with Photoshop editing. So these are different layers. I edited them and I saved them in different layers, and I just set the background to transparent. So yeah guys, so let's cancel this out. So let me show you the final images which I'm going to use for our web design. The image folder here, these are the images we are going to use. I just rename it to UI1, UI2, and the main image to image1 and the sand to image2. So add the project folder in the Atom text editor and make a new file that is index.html and make a new folder that is CSS. Inside CSS we'll make a new file that is styles.css. So now let's click on index.html, open your browser and search for Bootstrap. Click on the first result, get started, copy the starter template from here, paste it here, save it, cancel, again open it and maximize the screen, remove this hello world from here, make the title to, let's skip it iMac. Okay, let's skip it iMac here, and let's comment it out as custom CSS. So let's link our CSS file here, link CSS style.css. So now let's go into our body tag and make a new section which has class. Okay, let's cut this out from here and write that into a class header section. So we'll go to Bootstrap components and just copy out this simple neighbor from here and paste it here. Make this neighbor to, okay, let's remove this background too and make this neighbor to neighbor dash dark and neighbor brand to iMac, and we'll change the new link that is home overview Mac OS. Copy this Mac OS from here, paste it, instead of disabled make it upgrades, again paste it, make it by, and so we're done with our neighbor. Now make a new div which is class image dash div, which will have all the images inside it. So we're gonna add the image here, which is the stand here. So we're gonna not add any animation to it, so we will keep this into a separate div. So okay, it's the class basically, and the source will be images slash image2.png. Okay, so let's make a new div which has class. We won't add class to it. So let me show you this image to here. This is the stand of our iMac. Cancel it. Add image which has source images slash image1.png, which is the screen of our iMac basically, and we're gonna add class to it, that is image1 image. Copy this whole out, paste it below here. Make this UI1, which is the user interface one, and make it UI1.png, which is this. UI2 is this, and UI3, UI4, and UI5. Let's cancel out all the tabs. Now show this image one, which is the screen. So let's copy this UI1 from here, paste it for 4 more times. Make this UI2, UI3, UI4 and UI5. Also do this on the right here too for the source. Okay, so alright, so now let's copy this, cut out this div from here, and we're gonna write all these images inside one single div, that is image dash div, and the animation of all these images will be inside another div. So let's make a new div which is class line, and below that we'll make a new div which has h1 tag to it, which is class UHD, and we're gonna display is UHD display. Below that add h1 to it, which is text pretty comma freaking powerful. I'm gonna add class to it, which is pretty. So hit enter and add h1, which is class iMac. Text will be also iMac. Make sure you write M and capital. I'm gonna add button, which has class button1, and the text is experience now. Okay, so now let's go to a CSS. We are done with our HTML here. So let's add star here. Basically what it will do is it will access each and every element on our HTML. Margin 0, padding 0. So now let's access the body tag here. Overflow X will be hidden. So now let's access the header section here. We're gonna go from the top. Go at header section. Add height to it, that is 100 UI. We're gonna add linear gradient animation to our header section, which has background linear gradient braces minus 45 degree, comma, let's add 4 colors to it, that is E7752, E73C7E, comma, E48004, E48004, comma 23D5 AB. Okay, add semicolon here. So cancel this out. Make this background size, that is 400%, comma. Animation name will be gradient, which will have duration of 15 seconds, is infinite. Okay, so let's add keyframes for it. Keyframes gradient, and so 0%. Background position will be 0% and 50%. Paste it here for 2 more times, make it 50 and 100%. So let's just change this first position of it, that is 100%, and we'll keep 100% as same as 0%. So now let's access, I think we'll access neighbor here. Let's access the neighbor here and add curly braces. Position will be absolute. Gonna add z index will be 10, that is it by the topmost layer. And let's access the new dash link, which is home overview Mac OS. New dash link margin will be 0, 3 rem from right, 0, and 6 rem from left. So let's now access this div, which doesn't have any name, it doesn't have any class. So let's access the image with the endchild property. We're gonna use the endchild property here because it makes our code a bit shorter. So let's add image semicolon and child, which is 1. First child is this image1.png. So let's add position, which is absolute. From top it will be 70 pixels, from left it will be 100 pixels, width will be 500 pixels, and animation will be UI1, and the duration will be 10 seconds infinite. Okay, so let's add anime keyframes for it, that has name UI1. So at 0%, transform it, rotate it, we are not gonna add any rotation to it, so keep it 0 at 0%. Okay, and add 30%. Okay, let's keep it 10%, 30%, 90%, and 100%. At 10%, we're gonna rotate it 3 degree, and we'll skew X, that is 2 degree. Copy this out, paste it here. So at 30%, we're gonna rotate that 3 degree and skew X to, let's keep it same. Let's copy this out and paste it for 90%. Make the rotation to 4 degree, minus 4 degree, and skew X will be, let's keep it -5 degree. Okay, so we are done with the UI1 animation, and just make it nchild2, rename it to UI2, and copy these keyframes from here, make this UI2. So let's just remove this rotation from here and scaping from here, because we don't need this properties. We just gonna need translate X and translate Y, that is translate 3D property here. Add 0, 0, 0, because 0 doesn't need any pixels or REMs. And at 10%, 40 pixels minus 10 pixels in X and Y. So just increase it gradually. 60 pixels and 10 pixels minus 10 pixels. We're gonna keep our Y to same, that is it's gonna be at the upward side of our screen. 60 pixels, and it will be 10 pixels in the Y direction, that is it will be at the bottom part of our web design. Let's copy all this nchild2 property and paste it for nchild3, make it nchild3, make it UI3, and let's go to 10%, make it 80 pixels, and okay, let's remove this equal to, you just need to here use the method that is hit and try method. And so let's you can just position them on what you like. So let's paste it for UI4, make it 120 pixels minus 30 pixels minus 140. Let's just like increase it gradually. So we are going to do the same thing for the UI6 too, just increase the X and Y positions of our image. So we will get the image which is coming out from the screen. So let's make it nchild6, UI6 and translate 3D for 10%, 30%. Make this minus 50 pixels, 220 pixels and 50 pixels here. 220 and 50 pixels too. So let's access the image to here, which is the stand of our iMac. It won't have any animation to it, so I'm accessing at last. From top it will be 70 pixels, left it will be 100 pixels, which will be 500 pixels. Linear, let's access the line here, which won't have any content inside it, that is will add content with single inverted commas. It is where there will be no content inside it, will add with that is 60 pixels. Border will be 1 pixel solid white, let's keep it white. And position will be absolute, from top it will be 280 pixels, and from right it will be 0 pixel. Animation will be line 10 seconds infinite. Okay. So let's add animation for it. Keyframes line at 0%. Position absolute, from right it will be minus 660 pixels. And so yeah, the 660 pixels and minus 660 pixels are related, cause at 0% we don't want our line to be visible, and at 50% we want our line to be visible, so we'll make it 0 pixel, and 100% we again don't want our line to be visible, so we'll make it again minus 660 pixel. That will shift the right side, it will be not visible in our viewport. So let's access the UHD class here, which is position absolute. From top it will be 230 pixels, font size will be 40 pixels. From right it will be 20 pixels. Color will be white, and animation will be UHD 10 seconds, infinite 1 second. Opacity will be 0. So let's add keyframes for here, which is named UHD. At 0% opacity will be, let's keep it 0, and at 50% it will be 1, and at 100% it will be 0 again. So after this, well, let's access the pretty class here, which will have a huge font size, because it's the main text of our page. Font size will be 100 pixels, left will be 120 pixels, color will be white, and let's add z index to it, that is 10. Font size will be 400, and font family will be Arial. So let's access the iMac here. iMac, let's copy this out, it will make our work a bit easier. From top it will be 320 pixels, font size will be 70 pixels, and from right it will be 200 pixels. Okay, so font weight will be 400, not the font size. So let's access the last class, that is button 1. Position will be absolute, from top it will be 420 pixels, from right it will be 180 pixels. Background color will be transparent, we don't want any color to our background, so let's keep it transparent. Border will be 1 pixel solid white, because we want only the border to be displayed, and the text font size will be 30 pixels. Color will be white too, text color will be white, and the height will be 50 pixels. Padding will be 0, 10 pixels, 0 and 10 pixels, that is left and right will have 10 pixels. Border radius will be 50 pixels. Transition will be 0.3 seconds. So when button is focused, we don't want any outline to it, so we'll keep outline none. So when button is over, we'll add transform to it, that is scale it a bit, that is 1.2, and gonna decrease our font size. So we're gonna get a special button effect here. So let's copy the full path from here. We are done with all our writing part, so let's copy the full path from here and paste it in our browser. So look guys, we got what we wanted. We got this animation here, all the screens are visible and different layers, and we got this special button effect here. Also we got this line that is coming from the right side of the part, but that's not visible when it's at -660 pixels. So like, share and subscribe my channel for more awesome videos. Thank you guys.